What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and I officially turned 30 this May. So, as a lover of comic books and comic book movies, I have decided to watch, review, and rank every single live action, theatrically released Marvel and DC film dating as far back as the 1950s, all the way to now, in a series that I call The Road to 30. Today, we're talking about 1997's Steel. Now, let's get something straight. Shaquille O'Neal as Steel, I don't care how much it rhymes, it shouldn't have happened. Like, this is some of the worst casting I've ever seen in a comic book movie role. Shaq plays John Henry Irons, who's this army engineer who kind of tries to build non-lethal weapons, even though there is a weapon that he does create that the villain, who's played by Judd Nelson, the guy who played the bully in Breakfast Club, obviously uses for lethal purposes. So then he comes back home. He throws on some armor with his friend Sparky, who's now in a wheelchair from the accident that happened back in the army. And, then they go all out to try and stop Judd Nelson from, putting these weapons out on the streets and killing a bunch of people. And the way that Judd Nelson tries to make these weapons is that he tries to go through this arcade game designer guy who's smuggling weapons through arcade machines. Just saying it out loud, it just sounds so stupid. And the thing is, the thing that really kills me is that Steel is a Superman character, right? This movie has no connection to Superman. The only actual connection to Superman that this movie has is Shaq's freaking Superman tattoo on his bicep. Absolutely ridiculous. And there's no, like, even Batman is a fictional character in this universe. So it's like, so y'all didn't even try to really connect it to the rest of the DC universe at all. You were just like, this movie's gonna be crap. So I'll excuse my language, but it really is that bad. Then you got Steele's grandma with her own subplot where she's trying to, make the perfect souffle, and then she ends up making it by the end of the movie. Sparky by the end, she has her chair that she's able to use to stand up now, and it's this, like, I mean, look, there's some cute little moments in there. Richard Roundtree's in this, so he gets some great lines in there. Ray J is somehow a part of this entire movie. I think he plays Steele's brother, if I'm not mistaken, or cousin, or something like that. And when it comes to the Steel front, it's just absolutely, dumb fun, I guess, because he's this 7'5" tall dude who's dressed up in this clunky armor, and he's going around on a grappling hook and a steel cycle. So it's like, this guy doesn't even fly. Like, he has no real resemblance to Steel besides the hammer, and it's just like, why do we even do this at all? I guess Shaq was popular at the time, but it's also like, why go that route? Like, what are we doing? I'm telling you, man, the 80s and 90s were just a trip, an absolute trip. And if you had the privilege of growing up with those movies, I mean, your humor is probably absolutely elite. So it's, oh man. Also, a couple things of note. I do love that Shaq makes fun of his own free throwing skills, or lack thereof, I should say, in the movie. And there's even one part where, like, he's supposed to make a free throw in order to, like, stop a bomb or something, and then he finally makes it, just barely getting it in or whatever. And then I also love the scene where Sparky's in a wheelchair and she's trying to help Steel out, and she starts shooting people with her wheelchair. She has, like, weapons in there. They shooting, like, laser blasts and stuff, and it's just like, dude, this movie is an absolute trip. And I think if anybody has the privilege of watching it, go ahead, have some fun, turn off your brain, and just enjoy some stupid entertainment. Otherwise, skip it completely, because this is not a great movie by any means. Overall, though, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to put it in the C+ tier. That's a 2 out of 5 or a 4 out of 10. And that's simply because there's some kind of novelty of having Shaq in a superhero role, no matter how bad it is, no matter how ill contrived this entire thing is, and just the it has no connection to Superman. The villain is soup to nuts. I don't really understand what they were going for with this movie, but I enjoy it all the same. I think it's just stupid fun entertainment, and it's definitely on par with Howard the Duck and Tank Girl for me. I mean, they're just dumb fun that you don't need to take any kind of seriously. They're nowhere near good movies, but they are at least entertaining. But that's all I have for you guys. So if you like this video, remember to hit that like button and get in my comments with your thoughts on 1997's Steel, as well as which movie you're excited for me to review next, whether it be from Marvel or DC. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.